how are the local people reacting to this proposal that you might have been proposing to them about this new way of looking at the resources available to them and the possibility of generating income for themselves from their land so they can live better? Because I believe at the end of the day, why you are doing this is because you want the quality of life of the people to be improved. But the people themselves, how are they even reacting to this? What are they telling you in terms of this possibility?
Our people, they never believe in themselves because of what was put and taught all of our lives, especially as the Africans, that I can't survive without being employed by a white man. And the time you start to bring these programs to them, the first thing they ask you, so when are we getting paid? Um, it's such a very challenging journey, and I still that is still going to take some time, but we are not stopping because once you start with one community and there's something that is happening, already you are starting to multiply the minds in a good and in a right direction. There will be those that they will still not believe in it, that no, you're wasting your time. I'm hungry now. I need money now. I need to take my kids now to school. And you are still telling me I must start to clean my yard so that I can prepare for farming. That's going to take time, you know. So it's not easy at all. So most of the time, what then I was usually doing, I was really assisted by some of the departments of our government here that maybe they can give some sort of like a stipend. So on whatever program that I'll be then introducing, it will be accompanied by a stipend. Even that is not much, but that little that they know that at the end of the month they are going to get, then they stand up and come. But if there's no stipend, even if you just want to teach them, you want to carry a workshop, they won't attend. So it's still very, very difficult. And I know that even if going forward, taking these programs to the whole of Africa internationally, this mindset that it was transferred to us by our great grandparents generationally, that for us to be taken seriously, I must go to school. Yes, that is good. And then I must be employed by a certain big company. But not that I can start my own company and grow it to be big, just like the same company that they expect me to go and work at. So it's the community, it's not easy to work with the community. I've always said that, but we don't stop. We try our best to work with them and help where we can. And mostly, even if you get 10 good results, you have achieved a lot, because those 10 results will multiply into another 10 and another 10, and that's how we are able to say our nation will change their mindset.
All right. So, like I was saying, His Majesty, if you could, if His Majesty can please explain what can be the strategy to be able to get this message across to the people in a way that they can believe in it and work on it to be able to generate income for themselves, because that is the objective at the end of the day. So they can have so that their standard of living can improve through the resources that is available on their land.
All right. Like I referred earlier, we are making use of the orders of the day. And the orders of the day is technology. We have several platforms and we have several communication or communicating methods and mediums. Because in the past, we use what we call the town criers, the gong, to convey messages. It's no more like that these days. We are using or taking advantage of what we have, which is technology. And that which we have, that we are taking advantage of, is the platforms we have. But like I earlier mentioned, we are going to be carrying out familiarization and intro visits to several kingdoms. And that is with me and the Princess of Africa. In that way, we will live and direct communicate the messages, and she will replicate whatever that she has done locally here in South Africa into their kingdoms. And better still, raise a particular person in that kingdom that we have visited that will be in constant chat with her to replicate the idea. And so that person becomes her arm in that kingdom. This is how we want to carry it out physically. Then financially, we are calling this time around on philanthropists of Africa regions. Why, if in the past I had said we want Africa for Africans and by Africans, and having said that, it then means that if we want Africans for Africans and by Africans, the financial aspect also has to be done by Africans. It doesn't have to be a Western support. It has to be an indigenous support. And by so doing, we can be proudly Africans. We can emerge proudly Africans because we are able to handle our issues. I keep saying in most interviews that we had previously that there is nothing as such, like I even had said it in the stand of Pan-African. I have said it in the stand of AU. I have said that as far as Africans is concerned, we must learn to be proudly Africans by standing together the way we used to be, formidably. You know, there is no such like we are having issues and we are expecting foreign intervention. Foreign interventions will not solve our problems as Africans. Foreign helps will not make us proudly. So at this juncture, I say to you, we are calling on local brothers and sisters. And when I say Africans, it does not exclude the diaspora, because we have our diasporan African brothers. They are not Westerners. They are the product of slave tradery. And so they are part of Africa. So we are going to call on the foreign, we're going to call on our diasporan brothers. We are going to call on Africans indigenously to come in and support this whole movement of the paramount chief of Africa and the princess of Africa into the kingdoms of Africa financially.
Thank you so much, His Majesty. I was thinking about the ceremony. I don't know if there is anything you would like to say about that.
Yeah, the ceremony took place on the 19th of December locally. Okay. Yeah, but we are still going to have a bigger one by, I suppose it's by June or July, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to have a bigger one that will now bring the whole African kings to South Africa.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if His Majesty want to say anything about that event that took place on the 19th of December, which is the coronation of Her Majesty, the Princess of Africa. Is there anything we should learn about that?
Yes, it was very traditional. It was a review of African culture. And as a custodian of culture tradition of Africa, I was impressed with what I saw locally, the local displays, the dance, the power that was there. In fact, the compound at which it was celebrated brought us home to Africa. It shows that Africa still keep their heritage.